Yo, what's going on, people? What is going on? Salute. Welcome back. It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another WNBA watch along. It's been a while, people. Last one I did was last Wednesday, I want to say. That was the last day of it was the last day of the season before the All-Star break. And now we're back for some more WNBA hoops. All right, tonight we have only one game on the slate. It's the Atlanta Dream, 13-10 record, 5 seed, currently taking on the Phoenix Mercury, currently a 3 seed with a 15-7 record. Tudo, what's up? Hot dog on the Twitch, salute. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for y'all joining. What's going on, Chris? Salute. Go Mercury. I'm a Mercury fan here. All right, cool. So the game starts at about 10 Eastern. It's a late game for me here on the East Coast. I was trying to take a nap. It was not working. But I managed to stay up and get ready for this one. So let's get that up. All right, let me start a poll as well. Who do you think will win this game? Who do you think? Let's see. Who will win this game? Will it be the Dream? The Dream played last night and they lost to the Aces, or is it the Mercury? The Mercury, first game back. Chris says he don't like the Mercury. Understandable. All right, let's get into the starting lineups. For the Atlanta Dream, we have Jordan Canada, Maya Caldwell, Allisha Gray, Brianna Jones, and Brittany Griner. Their subs, they have Tahina Pau, Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, Naz Hillman, Nia Coffey, and Taylor Terry. The one player they have out is Rhyne Howard. She's out with a knee injury. She's going to be out, they say, until at least the end of the month. For the Phoenix Mercury, they got a lot of their people back. They are starting Alyssa Thomas at the point. Sammy Whitcomb, Kalia Copper, Satu Sabali is back, and Catherine Westbeld. Those 5 are the starters. You got the subs. You got Natasha Mack, Kiana Williams, Kit Laxa, Kalani Brown. I think they said she was probable, but I haven't seen anything else. Dewana Bonner and Lexi Held is back after suffering that rib injury. The one player they have out, their starting point guard Monique Akoa Makani. She is out due to concussion. Lord Frey says, thanks for the stream. Salute. Thanks for joining. All right. A lot has happened since we last streamed. If you're just joining, last stream right before the All-Star break. If you're in the know, you know what went down during the All-Star break. For Natasha Cloud won the skills challenge for my New York Liberty. Sabrina won the 3-point contest for my New York Liberty. So the Liberty doubled up on Friday during the skill and 3-point competitions. And then Team Collier won the All-Star game. I think Nafisa won MVP of that. And then the season restarted yesterday. We had a number of games yesterday. I was at the New York Liberty game. We took on the Indiana Fever. Of course, there was no Caitlin Clark. She suffered the groin injury before the All-Star break. So no Caitlin in that one. And the Liberty ended up winning. Jonquel Jones returned, and the Liberty ended up winning 98-84. Indiana was basically beating them for 2.5 quarters until the Liberty just locked in even more and they took over. Other games that took place yesterday, the Sparks beat the Mystics 93-86. Minnesota smacked up the Chicago Sky 91-68. Dallas beat Seattle Storm, even though they didn't have Skylar Diggins, but they beat them pretty bad, 87-63. And as I mentioned, the Aces beat the Dream in Las Vegas last night, 87-72. So the Dream are on the second night of a back-to-back in this one. So let's see how they respond on this one. This is Phoenix's first game after the All-Star break, so they should be fresh. They're getting Kalia Copper and Satu back. So I don't expect any fall off. I expect them to win this game, in my humble opinion. Um, there we go. That's the window I was looking for. Put this up here. Make sure you fill out the poll if you're just joining. Who do you think will win this game? Looking like the Mercury are in the lead currently in terms of the poll. This game is on CBS Sports Network. It's a proprietary channel here in the US. I have YouTube TV, so I have access to it. This game will not be on League Pass. It is on CBS Sports Network. Let's take a look at this matchup here. Robert, salute, of course. Salute. Thanks for joining. So you have the Dream, as I mentioned, 13-10, Mercury 15-7. I'm getting this is the Athletic website. The Athletic. Team leaders for the Dream, you have Allisha Gray averaging 18.6 points. To lead the Dream, Bree Jones averaging 7.7 rebounds, and Canada averaging 5.4 assists. For the Mercury, you have Satu averaging 19.1 points, Satu averaging 7.7 rebounds, and Alyssa Thomas averaging 9.5 assists to lead the Mercury. That's the injury report. As I mentioned, Rhyne Howard and Akoa Makani are both out. And if you look at their recent games, as I mentioned, the Aces beat the Dream last night. So the Dream have been win-loss, win-loss. They beat the Valkyries, and they lost to the Fever. Then they lost to the Liberty. Then they beat the Sky, and then lost to the Aces. Phoenix, they lost to the Wings. Then they beat the Wings in the following game. Then beat the Lynx. Then beat the Valkyries, and then lost to the Lynx on the last game before the All-Star break. Tudo says, "Happy you feeling better?" Yes, sir. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I'm feeling much, much better. The last couple of streams before the All-Star break, I had a little cold. I could barely talk. But I'm feeling better. On the Twitch, Makiroa, I hope I pronounced that right. No, I can't show the game. No, the copyright strike me. I'm doing a simulcast on both YouTube and Twitch. YouTube is very strict with that stuff. I'm not sure about Twitch. I don't even want to risk it. But I cannot show the game. It'll be a play-by-play, essentially, with graphics and updating you guys with stats and things of that nature. But I appreciate you tuning in. All right. If we look at the right side, this matchup, the points per game are pretty close. They're 5th and 6th in points per game. The Mercury lead by 0.1 of a point in points per game. They're like neck and neck in points against per game. They're very close in some major stats and rebounds. The Dream are 1st in the league. The Mercury are 7th. In blocks per game, they're pretty close. Steals per game, the Mercury are in 2nd. They're in 11th and 13th. They're at the bottom in the league in steals per game. The Dream are. In turnovers per game, the Dream are 12.1 in 2nd place. The Mercury are 12.6 in 4th. So that is the matchup between these two teams. All right, the broadcast is starting now. Broadcast is starting. Showing game. I won't be showing the actual game cast during timeouts. I'll jump into the stats and show you guys the actual stats on the screen. Right, broadcast is starting on CBS Sports Network. CBS Sports Network has the broadcast today. This is the first matchup of 3 between these two teams. They'll play again on August 1st and then on August 10th. 2 games will take place in Phoenix and 1 game will take place in Atlanta. Let me turn my volume up so I can listen. All right, cool. Make sure you fill out the poll. Who do you think is going to win this game? Who do you think will win this game? This is Brittney Griner's return to Phoenix since she left in free agency. She played with the Mercury basically her whole career for 11 years, from 2013 to 2024. So this is Brittany Griner's first game against the Phoenix Mercury since she left. Liz, what's going on? Yep, I was at the game. Liberty definitely handled business in that second half against the Fever. What's up, Miller? Salute, salute. Beulah, what's going on? Man, I see all the regulars. What's going on, y'all? I'm glad you guys are tuning in. It is a little after 10 p.m. Eastern here in New York. So it is a late game for us. I tried to take a nap when I came home from work. It didn't really work, so we're gonna fight through this. This game's probably gonna end around midnight, and then I'm gonna just pass out. Salute for the follow on Twitch, Edwina. Salute, salute, salute. I have the starters on your screen here. Starters are on your screens. If you're just joining, no Rhyne Howard, she's out with a knee injury, and no Akoa Makani for the Mercury. This is Kalia Copper and Satu Sabali are back in the lineup here. They were out before the All-Star break with various injuries. Make sure you leave a like on the channel if you like this type of content. Subscribe if you're new here. We do watch-alongs all WNBA season long. I appreciate the support. This is now the second half of the season. This is a fight to the finish here. What teams will make moves here in this second half? What teams will move up in the playoff race? What teams will fall out the playoff race? I know I didn't touch on it, but you saw my Liberty. Emma Meeseman committed to signing with us whenever her visa situation gets situated. So we'll see how that works out. But let's focus on the Mercury and the Dream in this one. Let's see how this goes down. Jump ball is up, and the Dream win the jump ball. Jordan Canada with the rock here. Only game on the W schedule tonight. Canada down to Griner to get the ball to Griner back in her old stomping grounds. In the post against Westbell. One leg pass over to Canada. Canada corner three hits the side of the backboard. And long rebound to Thomas. Thomas gets down the hill. Gets blocked there by Bree Jones, her former teammate. So I forgot to mention you got you got a Connecticut Sun reunion here. Bree Jones playing against Alyssa Thomas and Dewana Bonner. They all were a part of that Connecticut Sun team as Sammy Whitcomb off the catch, shoots the three, and is into the scoreboard. Sammy Whitcomb, the three-point assassin, gets the Mercury on the board. Brittany Griner in the post against Westbell. Spins, attacks Westbell, step through, foul, and one. Brittany Griner back in Phoenix and gets on the board. She gets the first basket for the Dream and will go to the line for the three-point play. Everybody got Sammy under 9. I hope not. That girl is a shooter. She'll get them shots up. Brittany Griner for the three-point play, and she's up to 3 points already. Tie game at 3. What's up, Kat? Salute. Good to see you in the chat. AR, everybody joining. What's good, y'all? Salute, salute. Glad you guys could join. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Thomas still with it. Over to Whitcomb. Whitcomb rejects. Oh, drops it off to Thomas into the paint. Out to Westbell. Westbell for 3 and misses. Griner with the rebound. Griner gets it over to Allisha Gray. Allisha Gray attacks Satu. Handoff to Maya Caldwell. Over to Griner. Griner for 3. Too strong off the back ring. Westbell gets the long rebound. Over to Whitcomb. Whitcomb right to left crossover. Gets into the paint. Steps through. Double clutch. Throws up the floater. Misses. Taps her own rebound to Westbell. And Westbell gets into the scorebook. 5-3. Sammy Whitcomb, the smallest player on the floor, gets her own rebound. Tips it to Westbell, who gets the easy jump shot. JB Jean, I can't show the game, my friend. I cannot show the game. If I could, I would. Allisha Gray out to Canada. Canada into the paint. Fakes the pass. Goes up. Left hand layup is up and good for Jordan Canada. Tie game at 5. Quickly up to Westbell. Westbell up top to Thomas. Thomas hand off to Satu. Satu comes off the screen going left. Gets the ball stripped. Gets it back. Off balance. Fall away. Somehow falls. And Satu gets on the scoreboard. So it's 7-5 Phoenix. Right side to Allisha Gray. Allisha Gray attacks right. No help side defense. Gets bumped. Doesn't get the foul call. Finishes with the left. on the reverse, and Allisha Gray ties the game at 7. Sammy Whitcomb comes off the screen, gets into the paint, out to Westbell. Westbell off balance 3, too strong. Griner with another rebound, gets it over to Bree Jones, who gets it to Canada. Canada left side to Allisha Gray, comes off the screen going right. Pump fakes, get it out to Bree Jones, right side to Canada. 10 on the shot clock here. Corner to Maya Caldwell. Caldwell pump fakes and tries to attack Satu. Out to Canada. Canada, top of the key. 3 is good. Jordan Canada knocks down the top of the key 3. And the Dream have their first lead of the game, 10-7. And it's a turnover here by the Mercury. Maya Caldwell with the ball. Euro step, throws it out to Allisha Gray. Wide open 3. And she buries it, Allisha Gray. So back-to-back threes here by the Dream. And it's 13-7. Remember, the Dream on the second night of a back-to-back, played in Vegas last night, made the trip down to Phoenix to play the Mercury, a fresh Mercury team. Whitcomb misses the wide open 3. Dream with the ball here, down to Griner. Griner in the post against Satu. Dream shake, shoots over her, can't even see you, knocks down the fall away, and Brittany Griner cooking early. She has 5 points here, and we have a timeout on the floor. Coach Nate Tibbetts calls a timeout for the Mercury. It's 15-7. 6:28 to go here in the first quarter. What's up, Miracle? Salute, salute. It has been a good week. Liberty started off the restart of the season with a win last night. I was at the game. So John Quella's back. Liberty signing Emma Mieseman. Everything good in Liberty land for me. Let's take a look at the box score. I mean, it's early, but let me see if I'm trying the athletic website. I usually use Yahoo, but we're gonna try the athletic website today. Let's see if it's a little bit more detailed. So Jordan Canada, 5 points in 3 minutes. She's 1 for 2 from 3. Allisha Gray with 5 points. Brittany Griner with 5 points. That's right. That's all 15 there. For Phoenix, you got Sammy Whitcomb. This is weird. Sammy Whitcomb definitely. I could have sworn she scored. Unless it was Westbell. Oh, I'm confusing them. Westbell with 5 points. For those on the Twitch, I'm not showing the game. I am not showing the game. This is basically a play-by-play with graphics, and I'm talking through it. I can't show the game for those on the Twitch. Westbell with 5 points and 2 rebounds. Sabali with 2 points. What's up, Chemo? Yeah, AR. Sab had big 10 points. She couldn't throw a rock in the ocean last night. Very frustrating. And then she came alive in that fourth quarter after sitting the majority of the third. Chemo says Griner might want to take it to her ex-team for dumping her. Yeah. I mean, I guess she wanted a fresh start anyway. She stayed with Phoenix for 11 years. Time for a fresh start. Hey, Mom, what's going on? Broadcast coming back. The broadcast is coming back. They gave Brittany Griner a nice little tribute and a standing ovation for her contributions to the Phoenix Mercury while she was there. Won a championship with the Mercury. Ball and play with the Mercury. Alyssa Thomas into the paint, guarded by Griner. Alyssa Thomas picks up her dribble, gets it over to Dewana, who's checked in. Dewana Bonner over to Westbell. Westbell attacks Naz Hillman. Out to Copper. Copper pulls up for 3. Copper with the miss. Ball goes out of bounds. Ball to the Dream. So it's 15-7 here. Phoenix gonna have to work back. A lot of players coming back from injury. Key players like Kalia and Satu. So it's gonna take a little bit to get them readjusted. Griner attacks. They send a late double. Ball gets stripped out of her hand by Thomas. It stays with the Dream. So that's a little thing that the Coach Tibbetts has changed. Oh, but what an inbound pass to cutting Nas Hillman, easy layup. It's a 12-0 run by the Dream. Mr. Ohio says, "Why couldn't my Dream play like this versus the Aces?" Listen, I mean, sometimes this matchup based. Sammy Whitcomb shoots a off balance three, is off. Rebound to Allisha Gray. Dream on the run here. Allisha Gray loses the ball down the lane, and it's a turnover. Alyssa Thomas over to Sammy Whitcomb, over to Copper. Copper attacks, reverse layup, and scores. Kalia Copper is on the board. Beautiful reverse layup on the fast break. 17-9. Canada gets it to Allisha. Over to Hillman, up top to Canada. Griner in the paint, spins on Westball, shoots over her, too strong. Rebound on Thomas. Thomas on the run here, drops it off to Copper. Copper pulls up transition three, misses. Griner snags the rebound. What's up, Quita? The Dream playing for BG today. Yeah, definitely would like to get her a win in her return. Canada with the ball. Over to Allisha Gray. Allisha Gray left hand dribble into the paint. Off balance left hand layup is off. Rebound to Thomas again. Thomas beasting on the boards early. DeWanna Bonner gets the pass from Thomas. She hesitates. Now shoots the three and misses. Griner with another rebound. It's a bold prediction here, Quita. And we have a travel here by the Maya Caldwell. Quita says BG finishes with 20. I mean, she's off to a good start already. She has 5 points and 4 rebounds. Substitutions on the floor here. For the Mercury, Kit Laxa checks in. So it's Thomas, Whitcomb, Bonner, Kalani Brown, and Laxa. Alyssa Thomas, hand off to Whitcomb. Whitcomb, left-hand dribble. Euro stepping through the paint, tries to go glass, misses. And Allisha Gray gets the tipped out rebound. Allisha Gray, top of the key, right side to Canada. Canada gets the screen. Gets the rescreen from Bree Jones. Out to Nas Hillman. She's improved from three. She shoots it and misses. Rebound to Alyssa Thomas. She's already up to 4 rebounds herself. Whitcomb for three. Whitcomb struggling tonight. 1 of 9 from 3 for the Mercury. It's 17-9 Dream. Canada comes off the screen. Out to Allisha Gray. Top of the key 3. Allisha Gray knocks down another 3. Allisha Gray. Ball in the post to DeWanna Bonner. Bonner attacks Walker Kimbrough. Tries to step through. Swim move. Misses. Gets her own rebound. Gets fouled by Bree Jones and 1. So DeWanna Bonner scores on her former teammate. Her ex-teammate. If you want to count the Fever as an ex-team. Her teammate with the Connecticut Sun. And she'll go to the line for the 3-point play. So Lexi Hell gets a standing ovation. She missed 8 games. She had when she played us in New York, she ended up with a partially collapsed lung and had to sit out a while. But she's back in play now. So it's 20-12. That's the score. 20-12. Bree Jones top of the key, left side to Tahina Paopao, the rookie. Comes off the screen going right. Gets into the paint. Throws up the floater. Rolls around. Tip rebound. Bounces off a couple Mercury players, and Alyssa Thomas snags it. Thomas comes down the lane, gets to the foul line, throws it down to Kalani Brown. They call a foul on Nas Hillman. Size advantage. Kalani Brown was towering over Nas, tried to seal her in the post, and they call a foul. Ball in play with the Mercury. Brown with the ball. Over to Thomas. Thomas finds Laxa. Top of the key here. 10 on the shot clock. Comes off the screen going left. Off balance midi. Misses. Rebound to Paopao. Paopao attacks the middle of the floor. Out to Bree Jones. Bree Jones wide open for 3. And she cashes in on that. Bree Jones knocks down a 3. And it's a double-digit lead here for the Dream. 23-12. Carl Smesko encouraging his bigs to shoot more threes. That's his system. And Bree Jones obliges. Lexi held with the ball out to Alyssa Thomas. Thomas in the post against Naz Hillman. A tough matchup there. She throws up the floater and misses. Rebound to Bree Jones. Pow with the ball. And they call blocking. That should be a blocking foul by Lexi Held on Pow. The second team foul by the Mercury. Natasha Mack checks into the game for the Mercury to match up with Brittany Griner, who's checked back in. Ball in play here with the Dream. Brittany Griner. Top of the key, hands it off to Allisha Gray. Comes off the screen. Down the lane, throws up a left-hand floater. No foul call. Rebound to Laxa. Gets it over to Satu. Satu comes off the screen. Satu gets downhill. Gets the ball stripped by Maya Caldwell. It's a turnover by the Mercury. Allisha Gray with the ball. She slows it down. Over to Caldwell. Caldwell almost traveled. Pow in the corner for three. She hits the top corner of the backboard. So that's the second Dream player that's hit the corner of the backboard from that angle. Satu transition three is up. And good. Satu Sabali knocks down the three. Bree Jones gets fouled by Satu Sabali in the post. And Satu is not happy. There's 23-15 with 1:20 to go in the quarter. Bill says, Jay, why does the Dream have a big lead against Liberty Blow big lead? Listen, I don't know. They match up. I don't know. We always, at least this season, we found a way to come back against them. Bree Jones for the foul shot. She misses. Naz Hillman comes out. Jordan Canada comes in. So Bree Jones at the line for the second free throw. She cashes in the second. 24-15, 1:20 to go in the first quarter. For the Mercury, it's Held, Bonner, Sabali, Laxa, and I can't see who's in the corner here. Mac, I think. Satu with the ball. Just shoots the three. Short. Fight for the rebound. Caldwell gets it. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. The Dream have been absolutely putting in work. Out to Maya Caldwell for three. And misses. Rebound to Mac. Gets it over to Satu. Satu crosses half court. Left side to Bonner, excuse me. Bonner, top of the key. She picks up her dribble. Guarded by Griner. Goes over to Mac in the corner. Satu comes off the screen. In the right corner, nowhere to go with it. 5 on the shot clock. Down to Mac. Mac, size advantage on Canada. Hook shot goes over her and scores. Good patience there by the Mercury. 24-17. Canada crosses half court. About a 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here. 15 seconds to go. Canada over to Bree Jones. Bree Jones gets it to Griner. They send a late double. One leg fall away. Cash money. That's what Brittany Griner does. She's too tall. She don't even see you when she shoots it. 5 seconds to go. Satu transition three. Misses. Allisha Gray with the rebound. And that's how the first quarter ends. So at the end of one, Atlanta 26, Mercury 17. Let's get ready for the second quarter and then take a look at the box score here. Take a look here. 26-17 is the score. 26-17. Let me just refresh this, make sure my stats are right. So for the visiting Atlanta Dream on the second night of a back-to-back, putting in work so far. Jordan Canada, 8 minutes, 5 points, and an assist. Allisha Gray with 8 points on 2 of 2 shooting from 3. She has 3 rebounds. Caldwell yet to score, does have 3 assists. Bree Jones with 4 points and 3 boards. Brittany Griner in her return so far, on pace for a double-double, 7 points and 4 rebounds. Off the bench, Hillman with 2, Walker, Kimbrough, and Pow Pow yet to score. For the Phoenix Mercury, you got Sammy Whitcomb with 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting from 3. Copper with 2 in her return from injury. Sabally with 5 in her return from injury. Alyssa Thomas yet to score, does have 4 rebounds and an assist. Kat Westbell with 2 points and 2 boards. Off the bench, you have Bonner with 3 points. Laxa yet to score, as well as Helden and Brown. Mack with 2 points and 2 rebounds. So that's the stats so far. The box score from the end of this first quarter. Dream went on a nice little run there. At one point, it was like a 13-0 run in that first quarter. Looking at the chat, I see Mr. Ohio says, I know my dream. We will have a quarter where we only score 9 points. That's painful. That's like the Liberty in third quarters. The third quarter come around when we have a lead and they forget how to hoop. Beulah says, Jay, why did the Liberty fans boo Sophie last night? Because Sophie, I don't know. They just felt like booing Sophie. They just don't agree with what Sophie's about, so they booed her. Pretty funny though. Am I streaming the Liberty versus Lynx next Wednesday? Liberty, is that a home game or an away game? If it's a home game, I'm gonna be there next Wednesday. Oh, that's an away game. Probably. What's today? Today's Wednesday. I probably will stream that game. Gotta check my work schedule, but most likely I will be streaming that one. All right, broadcast is coming back. They did a little interview with Brittany Griner right now. Make sure you fill out the poll who you think is gonna win this game. Dream versus Mercury on the YouTube. I got a poll up. Let me know. The Dream have the slight edge right now over the Mercury. This broadcast on CBS Sports Network is over here pixelating crazy. Ball back in play with the Mercury to start the second quarter. Kalia Copper into the game, attacks Caldwell. A little dream shake, off balance, fall away is off. Rebound to Caldwell. We're Aquita in the chat. Salute to Aquita. Oh, a steal by the Mercury. Satu gets fouled. Oh, bodies just flying all over the floor here. Satu ends up on the floor. It's a foul on the transition attempt there by Satu Sabali. She got the steal, went for the layup, and got bumped. Looks like we're gonna a challenge here. 30 seconds into the second, Allisha Gray spun the finger, telling her coach to challenge, saying she didn't touch her. So we have another break in play now. All right, so back to a break. Let me see if my ticker is working now. There we go. Got the game leaders ticker at the bottom of your screen there. To keep track of who's leading in each individual statistical category. All right, so we have the foul was called on Allisha Gray. They're going to review it to see if it was indeed a foul. This is the only game on the W slate today. More games will happen tomorrow. I don't think I'll be able to stream any tomorrow. I think they're all a little early. But we'll take a look at halftime. But I think there's 3 games tomorrow. 2 that start at 7 p.m. Eastern and 1 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Though the late game is Seattle versus Chicago in Chicago. I was following Underdog Fantasy and I seen a lot of people ruled out and questionable for the Sky for Thursday. It says Angel Reese back questionable for Thursday. Atkins leg is ruled out. Ruled out for Thursday, and Michaela Onyenwere knee ruled out for Thursday. So not looking good in the player availability front for the Chicago Sky. Salute to everybody in the chat, following along for the watch along. Appreciate you guys tuning in. It's a late game here on the East Coast, but I'm glad you guys are tuning in. Give me some energy to stay up and watch this game. Ken, salute. What's good? Salute. I know it's been a while, my friend. I wanted to do some All-Star Weekend stuff, but I was away this weekend on a work trip, so I couldn't stream any of the All-Star festivities. But I'm glad my Liberty girls swept All-Star Weekend. Successful challenge by Atlanta. So they're saying Allisha Gray did not foul. But it is Mercury basketball, however, because they had possession. Kalia Copper with the ball now. Attacks right. Throws it to a rolling Mac. Mac floater is up too strong. And Brittany Griner snags it with one hand. Gets it to Jordan Canada. Canada crosses half court here. Ball over to Naz Hillman, top of the key. Back to Jordan Canada. Canada, they're sagging off her. They know she's not a strong three-point shooter. Gets it over to Maya Caldwell. Tries to get downhill. 3 seconds to go over to Canada. Canada has to get it up. She gets it up, gets blocked, and it's a shot clock violation. Great defense there by the Mercury. AR says, you streaming tomorrow? No, I can't stream tomorrow. I think I work late tomorrow. So by the time I get home, the games will have already been kicked off. Ball and play here with the Mercury. Whitcomb gets it over to Satu. Satu over to Kalia. Kalia, top of the key, finds Westball, gets the ball tipped away. Whitcomb picks it up, attacks right, step back. Whitcomb, 3, too strong, fight for the rebound. Canada gets the long rebound. It's a 1-on-3. Canada slows it down smartly. Brittany Griner has the ball now against Mac. Cross-court pass to Naz Hillman. Pump fakes. Drives center of the lane over to Griner. Griner, mid-range jump shot. Cash money. Brittany Griner has everything flowing right now in her return. She's familiar with these rims. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball. Brittany up to 9 points and 5 boards in this first half. Down to Mac. Mac tries to attract Griner. Reverse pivot. Off balance, and they call a foul on Griner. Griner makes a face saying, I don't know about that one. Yeah, tomorrow I think I get off of work at like 8. And then by the time I get home, it'll be 9. Yeah, it'll be too late. Be too late. 28-17 is the score. Just under 8 minutes to go. Mac first free throw is up and good. Alyssa Thomas and for the Mercury and Bree Jones for that Dream check-in. Yeah, Beulah. Marquisha Davis did sign the hardship with the Sky. Hopefully she can get some minutes and get in there and prove herself. Unfortunately, she wasn't going to be able to do that with us because our timeline is championship. Mac rattles in the second. And it's 28-19. Oh, DT in the crowd here. DT and her partner, Penny Taylor, sitting here in the crowd. Jordan Canada, right side of the floor to Bree Jones. Back to Jordan. Jordan, reverse spin. Gets down the lane. Jump past to Walker Kimbrough. She can do that. She knocks down the left wing 3. Shatori Walker Kimbrough. Dribble penetration. Helps out so much on the offensive end. You attract multiple bodies, and it leaves you wide open. Oh, Westbell tries to shoot a one-leg fall away over Bree Jones. Gets blocked. That's not your game, miss. Canada, right to left crossover, gets into the paint. Show and go, tries to pass it. Gets deflected back to her. Over to Griner, top of the key. Left side to Walker Kimbrough. 10 on the clock. Kimbrough. Bree Jones, top of the key. Right side to Allisha Gray with 5. Comes off the screen going left. Out to Canada. Canada pump fakes with 2 seconds. Off balance midi. Too strong. Tip rebound goes off of, I thought that was off Alyssa Thomas, but they say it's off BG. Lexi Held checks in for Sammy Whitcomb. Matt goes out. I don't know who comes in for her. Ken says need Phoenix to win second quarter. It's looking a little shaky right now. Alyssa Thomas gets his. Oh my goodness! Alyssa Thomas gets downhill, and Bree Jones runs into her own teammate Jordan Canada, and she gets the foul call. ARs I work 4:30 to 5. Oh, jeez. Oh, so you worked the graveyard shift. Yeah, I remember them days. I used to work 10 to 8, 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Ball over to Alyssa Thomas. Handoff to Kalia Copper. Copper attacks left. Bounces off Allisha Gray. Double clutches. Misses. Rebound to Nia Coffey, who's checked into the game. Allisha Gray, right side of the floor. Has the ball. Over to Canada. Canada to Bree Jones. Bree Jones against Kalani Brown. Steps through. Left hand layup. Misses. Lexi Held with the rebound. Held crosses half court. Comes off the screen going right. Hezzy dribble into the paint. Tries to reverse pivot. Nowhere to go. Throws it out to Laxa. Laxa top of the key here with 10 on the clock. Laxa tries to drive by Nia Coffey, cups it, goes to the lane and gets fouled. And Kit Laxa will go to the line for 2 free throws. So Kit Laxa, the rookie, I think she's a rookie. Yeah. Oh, rookie in WNBA terms. She's at the line for 2 free throws. First one is up and rattles it in. Laxa is European. I think she's from Latvia, if I'm not mistaken. She cashes in the second. She was drafted a couple years ago, but never made the final roster. So this is technically her first official season. Pow off the screen, gets into the paint, jump past to Coffey, who saves it in the right corner. Coffey picks up her dribble over to Bree Jones with 7 on the clock. Allisha Gray over to Walker Kimbrough for 3. Wide open 3. Walker Kimbrough knocks it down. Kalia Copper wanted a charge on that one. But Shatori Walker Kimbrough, previously with the Washington Mystics last season, cashes in. And then Lexi Held walks down and knocks down the 3. 34-24, her first points in her return from the rib injury. Allisha Gray with the ball, gets downhill on Laxa and scores. Oh, tough take by Allisha Gray, off balance, lefty layup, scores. Yeah, Cat, the Dream, they got some weapons there. Alyssa Thomas, oh, she passed out a little bit too much sauce on it for the back cutting Kalia Copper. It's a turnover by the Mercury. Let's take a look at the turnovers so far. 3 turnovers for the Dream and only 3 turnovers for the Mercury. So both teams pretty much taking care of the ball. Dream with the ball, though. Allisha Gray comes off the screen going left. Picks up her dribble over the Coffey. Left side to Walker Kimbrough. She's hit 2 from 3 already. Finds Bree Jones, top of the key with 5. 4. Allisha Gray attacks. Step back, off balance, long. And Nia Coffey chases down the rebound. Second chance here for the Dream. Walker Kimbrough with the ball. 10 on the clock. Oh, drops it off to the rolling Bree Jones and gets fouled there by Lexi Held on the pass. Beulah says, Jay, my brother works at Amazon. He works graveyard shift. Yeah. I know all about them late shifts, man. When everybody sleep you up. So remains Dream basketball here. 36-24. Dream to inbound here in front of Phoenix bench. Gets it over to Bree Jones on the inbound. Bree Jones reverse pivot on Mac. Jump pass goes out to Pow out to Coffey for 3 and misses. Alyssa Thomas another rebound. Thomas running down the floor. Thomas lob pass. I don't know how it made it through to Bonner. Bonner to Mac and Mac scores. I don't know how that pass made it through, but it did. It's a 10-point game here. 36-26. Pow with the ball, guarded tightly by Held. Comes off the screen going left. Keeps her dribble alive. Up top to Bree Jones. Right side to Allisha Gray. Allisha Gray tries to get to that left. Over to Pow Pow. Pow Pow curls into the lane, goes with the left, and misses. Bree Jones offensive rebound. She smokes the layup. Rebound to the Mercury. Alyssa Thomas up to held. And a foul there by Walker Kimbrough on Dewana Bonner. Mass substitutions here. Griner, Hillman, and Canada check back in for the Dream. Phoenix to inbound. Gets it into Mac. Mac to Thomas. Thomas at the three-point line. Not her game. Finds a curling Whitcomb down the lane. Goes glass and scores. Get it back to single digits finally. It's 36-28. Canada dribbles into traffic. Laxa gets the steal. Fight for the ball. And they get it to Sammy. Over to Alyssa. Alyssa. Nas Hillman in her sights. Attacks and misses. Bonner with the rebound. Gets blocked. And the ball gets tipped out of bounds. And they say it's Dream basketball. And the ball's quickly inbounded by the Dream. Jordan Canada got a little reckless there. Almost costed them 2 points. But luckily they got back on defense and got a stop there. And they have a foul there on Mac. It's only their second team foul of the quarter. So it'll be sideline out of bounds. Canada to inbound. Gets it into Hillman. Back to Canada. Over to BG. BG in the post here. And they call another foul here. Against Laxa this time. The Phoenix Mercury fans not happy. They thought there was a little physical on the other end, and now they're calling ticky tack. But Laxa does have two hands around Allisha Gray's waist, like they slow dancing in the ballroom. But ball's in play here. Nas Hillman with the ball. Over to Jordan Canada. Canada with 7 on the clock. Canada pity pat dribble. Gets into the paint. Spin move. Those off balance floater is off. Sammy Whitcomb with the rebound. Over to Alyssa Thomas. Thomas gets downhill over to Bonner. Bonner gets right down the center of the lane, attacks BG and gets blocked. BG with another rebound here. She has 9 points and 6 boards. Canada over to BG. Back to Canada. Canada down to BG, and they call a foul. Offensive foul on BG. So it's a turnover by the Dream. Yeah, the arms got up a little high on that left-hand side and catches Mac side of the face there. The former teammates. So it's a timeout on the floor here. We have a timeout on the floor. Coach Nate Tibbetts wants a review there. I don't know if he's gonna get it though, and we go to a commercial. Right, so let's take a look. As you can see, the Dream are being outscored 11-10 in this quarter. Score is 36-28. The away team, the Dream, are on top. Take a look at the stats here. For the Dream, you have Jordan Canada with 5 points and 3 assists. Allisha Gray leading the way with 10 points on 2 of 3 from 3. 4 for Bree Jones with 4 rebounds. 9 points and 7 rebounds for BG. Off the bench, Hillman with 2 and Walker Kimbrough knocks down 2 threes to give her 6 points. For the Mercury, Whitcomb with 5, Copper with 2, Sabali with 5, Thomas no points but does have 5 boards, Westbeld with 2 and 2. Off the bench, got 3 from Bonner with 2 rebounds, Laxa with 2, Mac with 6 points and 3 rebounds. I think she's the leading scorer off the bench, yeah. Alexa held, however you want to say her name, with 3 points and a rebound. No points for Kalani Brown. So looking at the team stats, right side of the screen, you got The Dream shooting 46% from the field. The Mercury shooting 28% from the field. Dream shooting 42% from three, almost 43%. The Mercury shooting 21%. Mercury have made all 5 of their free throws. Dream have made 2 of 3. Dream winning the rebounding battle 20-14. They're winning the assist battle 9-5. They are losing the steals battle 3-2, but they are winning the blocks battle 2-0. Dream have 5 turnovers. Mercury have 3. Both teams have 12 points each in the paint. The Mercury with 8 second chance points. Largely the game 13 by the Dream. And both teams have equal amount of personal fouls. No techs yet and no flagrants. So the Dream took that last timeout, 60-second timeout by them. Once the game restarts, we'll get right back to it. And as I say that, broadcast restarts. Right, they're showing the national TV schedule. Aces Fever on Prime Video tomorrow. Aces Fever on Prime. Ball and play with the Mercury. Natasha Mack at the foul line, gets it over to Sammy Whitcomb. Whitcomb has Griner in her sights. Has he dribble under the basket, throws it out, gets tapped away by Maya Caldwell. 4 seconds on the clock. Satu recovers it. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Satu throws up the 3 at the buzzer, off the back rim and out of bounds. Great defense there by Maya Caldwell. Got hands in the passing lanes, got the deflection. Ball and play here with the Dream. Gets bumped, Jordan Canada on the drive by Whitcomb. And they're not in the bonus yet. So they'll be sideline out of bounds here. Allisha Gray checks in for Maya Caldwell. 36-28, 2:02 to go in the first half. Dream cruising right now. Ball and play here with the Dream. Allisha Gray gets it over to Canada. Canada, top of the key here. Looks to attack Sammy Whitcomb. Good heady move. Goes over to the left, way off though. And rebound to the Mercury. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball now. Whitcomb pump fakes the pass. Up top to Satu. Oh, finds a cutting Bonner. Gets blocked there by BG, and it's a late whistle here. And a tech on Dewana Bonner. Dewana Bonner got a little frustrated. I guess she didn't hear the whistle or thought the whistle came a little late. Said something to the ref. And they tee her up. So Allisha Gray at the line to shoot the technical free throw. It's up, and she cashes it in. So it's a 9-point game here for the visiting Dream. Dewana Bonner will go to the line for 2 free throws now. Bueller says, what is the adjustment for Mercury at halftime if Mercury wants to win? They have to get better shot selection. Dewana Bonner hits the first. Bree Jones checks in for BG. She's had a really good first half. 9 points and 7 rebounds against her former team. Bonner, second free throw is up and good. 7-point game here. So even though the Mercury have not shot a high percentage from the field, they're still within striking distance. Canada with the ball over to Hillman. Hillman tries to get it down to Jones, but it's a kick ball by Alyssa Thomas. So 1:30 to go here. It is Dream basketball. Canada to inbound. Gets it into Bree Jones. Bree Jones finds the cutting Allisha Gray. Off balance lefty, goes glass and scores. What a find by Bree Jones to the cutting Allisha Gray. And we have a deflection out of bounds by Bree Jones on the driving Alyssa Thomas. It stays with the Mercury. Allisha Gray up to 13 points. to lead old scorers. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Mac gets it over to Thomas. Over to Whitcomb. Whitcomb, top of the key here. Whitcomb off the screen going left. Whitcomb over to Thomas. Back to Sabally. Sabally comes off the screen going left. Finds the rolling Thomas. Touch pass to Mac. He gets fouled there by Allisha Gray. Good ball movement there by the Mercury. And Mac will go to the line for 2 free throws. J Smooth, salute. Yo, Jay, I've been here listening since the start. I'm cooking burgers and fries. Man, what time is it where you at, bro? Cooking burgers and fries. But salute. Chilling, man. Hope all is well. Natasha Mack at the line for 2 free throws. Oh, so you on the East Coast as well? 10:47. Boy, ain't kicking burgers and fries damn near midnight. She hits the first free throw. I can't lie. I had some fries before I got on stream, so I can't even talk. Mac, second free throw is up and good. So it's a 7-point game again, 39-32. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Canada with the ball. Canada, hezzy move out to Hillman, top of the key, left side to Walker Kimbrough. Trying to get it down to Bree Jones in the post. They get it. Out to Caldwell, right side to Canada. Canada, pump fakes for 3. Tries to attack Satu, gets down the lane, goes up with the left-hand layup, and misses. Ball gets tipped out by Alyssa Thomas. Jordan Canada, they're forcing her to her left, and she hasn't proven that she can finish smoothly with the left. 39-32, 41 seconds to go. Canada to inbound. Under the basket here. And barely gets it in off Naz Hillman's hands. Now she saves it. Throws it out to Canada. Canada into the paint. Over to Walker Kimbrough. Is it her third 3? And she misses. Wide open. That would have been a nice one there. Alyssa Thomas with another rebound here. Thomas tries to enter to Bonner. And Canada saves it, but it saves it to Hillman, who couldn't keep it in bounds. 21 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Is 39-32. Scrappy finish to the half. Alyssa Thomas up to 6 rebounds. Miracles, what you talk about, Jay? Burgers and fries are practically breakfast meat with potatoes, so they're good for all meals of the day. I mean, you got a point. It's just late. You know, burgers be sitting in your stomach, especially if you're trying to go to sleep. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Alyssa Thomas spin move into the paint, drops it off to Bonner. Bonner double clutches and scores. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Walker Kimbrough into the paint, over to Naz Hillman. Touch pass to Canada. Canada wide open for 3, misses. And Satu gets the rebound. And that's how the quarter ends. So a nice close to the quarter by the Mercury. They outscored them 17-13 in the second quarter. They bring it within 5. It's 39-34 as we go into the half. Let me get my stuff ready for the third quarter, and then we'll take a look at our stats at the half. Where's Chris that said I need Wickham to stay on the bench, just blowing my under? Yeah, she's been struggling tonight, but she can catch fire in a hurry. Right? 39-34 at the half, people. 39-34 at the half. Let me get my halftime timer up for us. 15 minutes on the clock. Starting now. All right, so we're at the halftime report here. 39-34 is the score. Let me mute this. I ain't trying to hear this right now. Let's take a look at the stats. 39-34 Canada. 15 minutes, 5 points, 3 assists, 2 of 9 shooting. She's looks a little out of control going to her left-hand side for the layup. Just been hitting the all backboard. She gotta clean that up. Allisha Gray with 13 points and 3 boards. She's putting in her work. Caldwell has yet to score. Bree Jones with 4 and 4 still. BG in her return with 9 points and 7 boards. Off the bench, you got Naz Hillman with 2 and 6 for Walker Kimbrough. For Phoenix, you got Sammy Whitcomb with 13 minutes, has 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting. Copper with 2, Sabali with 5, Thomas with no points and 6 boards, Westbell with 2 and 2. Off the bench, Bonner with 7, you got Mac with 8, Laxa with 2, 3 for Held. So off their bench, they got 20 points off their bench. 7 and 3 is 10, 18, 20. Yeah, 20 points off their bench. That's really what's been keeping them in this game. But it's a 5-point game at the half. I'm looking at the turnover battle. Pretty low turnovers, 5-4. 5 for the Dream, 4 for the Mercury. Both teams with 14 points in the paint. Rebounding battle, Dream still winning that 26-20. They're still shooting 29.7% from the field, the Mercury are, compared to 43% for the Dream. And they're only down by 5, which is a good sign for them. All right, so that is the halftime report for this game so far. Or what Kat said is 82 folks, and hit that like button. Let's get the likes up if you like this type of content. Subscribe if you are new here. We do watch-alongs all WNBA season long. Mr. Ohio says, I'm having deja vu from yesterday, exactly how it went. Dream won the first quarter, had a low score in second, and lost the third and fourth. That's how that game went down? Damn. I didn't get to watch it. I was on the way home from the Liberty game. But from what I saw, it looked like I guess when I saw it in the second quarter, the Aces were up. All right, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. Let me get that ready for us. So I'm back on Yahoo right now, as you can tell. All right, upcoming schedule tomorrow. At 7 p.m. Eastern, you have Vegas and Indiana. That game they said is on Prime Video. Then you have the Sparks and the Sun. That game's at 7 p.m. That game should be on League Pass. And Seattle versus Chicago at 8:30 p.m. That game between the Storm and the Sky. Rookie Bear says Lexi Held is back. Yeah, Lexi Held is back. First game back from the rib injury. Salute Rookie Beer for commenting in the chat. Salute. All right, so these are Thursday's games. If we take a look at Friday, Ion Fridays, you got Vegas and Minnesota. So Vegas on a back-to-back, right? That's a back-to-back for them. So they play in Indiana on Thursday, and then they make the trip over to Minnesota on Friday to play the Minnesota Lynx. The Mercury and the Liberty play at 7:30. I won't be at that game. I sold my tickets to that one. But the Liberty looking to get some revenge on the Mercury. Mercury have beat them in all matchups so far this season. And then you have Dallas and Golden State. Dallas coming off a nice win against the Seattle Storm. They smacked them up pretty good yesterday. So Dallas and Golden State. All these games will be on Ion and / League Pass, but it'll be on League Pass if you don't live in any of these areas where the teams are. Saturday, 2 games. Sparks and Liberty. I may be going to this one. I'm still debating whether if I want to go or not. And then you have the Storm and the Mystics. Both games 7 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Eastern, respectively. Sunday, full slate here. Got Golden State versus Connecticut at 1 p.m. Eastern. That game is on CBS Sports, I'm assuming. CBS Sports Network, probably. Indiana and Chicago, that's on ABC at 3 p.m. Eastern. Followed by Vegas, Dallas at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's on League Pass. Phoenix and Washington on League Pass at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then you have at 7 p.m. Eastern, the Dream and Minnesota. And then on Monday, we have some games as well. Seattle and Connecticut. Remember last time they played in Connecticut. Connecticut stormed back in that fourth quarter and beat the Storm. So let's see if they could do it again. And then the Liberty and the Wings play on ESPN in Texas, in Dallas. All right, so those are the games for the rest of the week going into next week. Make sure you're tapped in if you want to watch those games. Okay, time is ticking down. We got about 9 minutes left before halftime. I did want to take a look at some of the transactions that took place since we last spoke. So boom. So this is according to acrossthetimeline.com. This is I salute Across the Timeline to be having all the updated roster moves and all that. So we already talked about Alyssa Pili and everybody getting waived, Marquisha and them getting waived. So let's start from July 15th. So the Mercury signed Kiana Williams to the first 7-day contract. The Connecticut Sun signed Haley Peters to a 7-day contract as well. The Dallas Wings signed Grace Berger to a first 7-day contract. And then the Golden State Valkyries, they signed Ileana Rupier. She was one of their pickups in the expansion draft, or I don't know how that, I forgot how her situation worked, but she has come over after playing in Eurobasket. So that's why they had to end up waiving Stephanie Talbot. The Mystics suspended the contract of Sika Kone temporarily. I think she's gonna play in Afrobasket, if I'm not mistaken. The New York Liberty, as I just mentioned, signed Stephanie Talbot to a rest of season contract. The Connecticut Sun signed Mamignon Toure. Remember, she was on the Golden State Valkyries training camp roster. So the Sun signed her. Chicago signed the ex-Liberty player Marquisha Davis to a 7-day contract. And then as of yesterday, I think the 7 days is up, right? Yeah, from the 15th to the 22nd, that's 7 days. So Sun released Haley Peters, they released Kiana Williams, and then they re-signed to a second 7-day contract. So every time you sign to a 7-day contract, they have to technically release you and then sign you to another one. And then as of today, Grace Berger was released by the Dallas Wings. We'll see if they re-sign her to a second 7-day contract. I don't know if they will, because all their players are sort of coming back now from injury, Dejanay Carrington and them. So we'll see what happens there. All right, this is all according to Across the Timeline. Salute to them for always keeping things updated. Right, still at halftime here, 39-34 in this game. Still at halftime. We can also take a look at some news that was released according to Alexa Philippou of ESPN. Let me show you on this. So for those who are unfamiliar, Alexa Philippou's a women's basketball reporter for ESPN. She writes breaking 2019 WNBA Finals MVP Emma Meesseman has committed to joining the New York Liberty, sources told ESPN. Meesseman's arrival will be subject to the length of time it takes to go through the visa application process. And they have more story there. So Emma Meesseman, if you're not familiar, was drafted like in the early to mid 2010s, a second round pick, and really built herself up from Belgium, as you can see. Built herself up. She ended up becoming the finals MVP of that Washington Mystics 2019 finals winning team as a reserve. She came off the bench and won finals MVP. So that shows you the type of player that we're dealing with here. She's been in and out of the W because she doesn't really agree with the prioritization rules that the W has instituted. She last played with the Sky in 2022, but she's been primarily playing overseas in Turkey and playing for her national Belgium team. She was the leading scorer in the Olympics this past 2024 Olympics, and she led her team Belgium to a Eurobasket win last month. So Emma Meesseman, she's around 6'4". She can score from all three levels. A really good passer. Really great player. I'm glad the Liberty were able to snag her. and hopefully this everything gels together and the Liberty can repeat as champions. Yes. Beulah says, can players get collapsed ribs? Yeah, of course you can. Anybody can get a collapsed rib if it gets hit, I guess. I've never had one, thankfully. But yeah, I mean, this girl had a collapsed rib. Lexi held. I think I was doing a watch along for one of the games where they said she couldn't fly, so she had to basically Amtrak it from New York all the way back to Phoenix when she got cleared to be able to, I guess, move about. So yeah, so I'm glad she's back. I guess collapsed rib or broken rib collapse along is nothing to play with. Chemo, what up? Did Jonquel look okay? Yeah, she looked okay. She scored the first basket. Her conditioning is a little off. Her conditioning is a little off, but that's to be expected after not playing for a month and some change. She did score the first basket of the game, which was a 3. She got some key rebounds. Almost had a double in her return. But yeah, she looked pretty good. Of course, now the Liberty have to get back adjusted to playing with her because they played a month without her. So now it's another adjustment they have to make. But it'll all work out in the end. As long as she stays healthy, we'll be all good. Tony Solo says, how is Dream up by 5 and still paying plus 110 on the money line? Mercury going to come back? That's because the Dream have a history of blowing leads, so the books are banking on that happening. All right, so I think I've stretched as much information as I can for the halftime report. The broadcast seems like it's coming back. They're talking about the upcoming national TV schedule again. We already spoke about it a bit. They have the standings up here. The Lynx are still number 1, 21-4. Haven't lost a home game yet. Liberty at 16-6. And then you got the Mercury right behind at 15-7. And then the Storm and then the Atlanta Dream at 13-10. So these two teams right now are playoff teams. Tony says, so take Mercury. I don't want to steer you the wrong way, but if I were going to do it, I would. Because it's seeming like the Mercury are poised to take control, but who knows what the Dream can pull off in this second half. I don't want to steer anybody the wrong way. I'm not a betting expert, but I am going to end this poll, though, before y'all even it out. 51% say Dream, 48% say Mercury. So let's see what happens here. What am I? Right, salute to everybody who stuck around for the halftime report. Broadcast is restarting. Coaches giving their last marching orders to their teams. AR says he's on Mercury. It's a smart bet. I cannot lie. It is a smart bet plus money on it. It's a smart bet. Okay, why? Oh, it looks like my score bug froze. There we go. All right, so we're good to go. All right, third quarter about to kick off here. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Thanks for hanging around for the halftime report. Let's get back to the action. Alyssa Thomas with the ball, top of the key. Over to Whitcomb. Whitcomb out to Thomas. Thomas, hand off to Kalia Copper. Copper gets to the foul line, throws it out to Westbell. Gets it down to Alyssa Thomas against Maya Caldwell. Reverse spin and scores. Alyssa Thomas finally gets on the board here. And it's a 3-point game here, 39-36. Canada over to Bree Jones, up top to Griner, left side to Canada. Canada tries to get downhill to the right. Hook pass to Caldwell for three, and Caldwell rattles in the three. Responds quickly, 42-36. Whitcomb over to Satu, gets it up top to Thomas. Thomas on the island with Gray. Satu steps back for a three, and Satu responds with a three. So Mercury, quick 5 points to start this third quarter. It's a 3-point game here, 42-39. Satu up to 8 points. Griner, handoff to Allisha Gray. Gets bumped by Satu Sabali. Can't go under on Satu. Cannot go under. Allisha Gray goes under the screen and gets her eye shot out. Ball inbound to the Dream. Bree Jones over to Griner. Griner, left side of the floor. Handoff to Allisha Gray. Allisha Gray going back left. Guarded by Westbelt. Throws it out to Maya Caldwell. Up top to Bree Jones. Down to Griner. Griner, they send a late double. Griner off balance. Turnaround. Scores. At the buzzer. Shot clock was expiring. And BG, one leg fall away from the right baseline. Knocks it down. 44-39. Out to Kalia Copper. Copper gets downhill to the left. Takes the contact. Gets blocked there by Bree Jones. Ball falls to Griner and she gets it to Canada. Canada. Up top to Griner. Griner fakes the pass. Goes back to Canada. Right side of the floor. And they call a foul here by Kalia Copper for holding. That's her first foul of the game. So it is Atlanta ball, sideline, out of bounds. Ball and play with Caldwell. Caldwell getting pressured by Satu. Gets it over to Canada. Canada, right side of the floor, wants a screen. Gets the screen from Griner. Attacks. Gets to the foul line. Has he moved? Scoop layup was good with the left. Jordan Canada, change of pace. Herky jerky gets to that left hand and lays it in. Sammy Whitcomb tries to respond. Picks up her dribble over to Thomas. Thomas off balance. Floater over BG and scores. She has 4 points in the quarter. 46-41. Canada with the ball right side to Caldwell. Gets it down to BG. They send a late double. She spins away from it. Spins back. Oh, bad pass. Ball goes into the backcourt. Sammy Whitcomb picks it up. Whitcomb over to Thomas. Down to Copper. Copper can't catch it. And it bounces off her foot and out of bounds. Santana says 0 defense. Teams are starting to get adjusted to the schemes of that first half. So it's starting to flow a little better now. BG over to Canada. Left side of the floor. Canada up top to Bree Jones. Bree Jones right side to Allisha Gray. Attacks right. He takes contact and no foul call there. And they call it late. So Allisha Gray does get the foul call. So Allisha Gray will go to the line for 2 free throws. Allisha Gray at the line. First free throw is up. And she cashes it in. Allisha Gray leading the team in scoring. Allisha Gray with 14 points. Second free throw is up. And it rolls in and out. Fight for the rebound. They say it's a lane violation. You rarely see those type of calls. Lane violation there. But I guess it was that egregious they had to call it. So Allisha Gray gets a second bite at the apple here. Third free throw. She misses it anyway. Fight for the rebound, gets tipped out, and it goes off of Atlanta and out of bounds. So it's 47-41. And we have a tech on Alyssa Thomas. So that's 2 techs on the Mercury in this game. So Allisha Gray about to shoot her 4th free throw in the last 20 seconds. And she rattles this one in. Rattles in the technical free throw. 48-41. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Ball over to Copper. Left side of the floor. Copper comes off that screen. Has he into the lane. Throws it out. Allisha Gray gets the steal. Allisha Gray with the ball over to BG. BG right side to Caldwell. Down to Bree Jones. Bree Jones in the post. Bree Jones attacks Alyssa Thomas. Skips through that lane. Left hand reverse is good for Brianna Jones. Bonner into the lane, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line. So is that in the act of shooting? I guess we'll find out. It is. They say it's in the act of shooting. DeWanna Bonner at the line for 2 free throws. Free throw is up and misses. Second free throw is up, and she rattles in the second. So it's an 8-point game here, 50-42. The Phoenix had got it down to a 3-point game. Dream have got it back up to 8. Allisha down to BG. She spins through. Nobody there. That's easy work for BG. She's up to 13 here. If you don't send that double over early, it's barbecue chicken that close to the basket. Touch pass from Whitcomb back to Thomas. Over to Kalia Copper. Corner, wing 3. And she knocks down her first 3 of the evening. Kalia Copper. 52-45 is the score. Down to BG. Now they send the double. BG cross court over to Maya Caldwell for 3. And too strong. She gets her own rebound. It bounces all the way out. Over to BG. BG tries to shoot a 3 now. Short. And Maya Caldwell gets the offensive rebound. Pass to Allisha Gray. Left hand layup is good. So second and third chance opportunities for the Dream. Timeout Phoenix. $54-45 is the score. Timeout called by the Mercury. They just gave up second and third chance opportunities there. Take a look at the box score right quick. The teams are scoring. 54-45 is the score. 9-point game. Dream on the second night of a back-to-back, fighting hard here. 15-11, the Dream outscoring the Mercury in this quarter so far. 15-11. Let's take a look at the stats. For the Dream, Canada with 7 points and 4 assists. Allisha Gray leading the way with 17 points. Got Caldwell with 3, 6 for Bree Jones with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. BG in her return, 13 points, 8 boards on 6 of 9 shooting. You got Naz Hillman with 2 and 6 for Walker Kimbrough. So they only got 8 points off of their bench. In comparison to Phoenix, their starters aren't doing too much work, but their bench has kept them in it. 5 for Whitcomb, 5 for Copper. You got 8 for Sabali, 2 for Westbeld, and 4 for Alyssa Thomas. So what's that? 10, 18, 24 points from their starters. So they have a little more than half of their points the starters do. For the bench, Bonner with 8, Mack with 8, 2 for Laxa, 3 for Held. And that's why the score is what it is, 54-45. The antenna says over-under is now 50.5, so that's a good sign for the If you, whatever you bet before, 45 and a half. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. We do watch-alongs all season long for the WNBA. Appreciate your support. Waiting for the third quarter to resume here. Flammable on the Twitch said, "Do you think Sabally getting subbed in again?" Yeah, she'll get subbed back in. This is her first game back from injury, so they're managing her and Kalia's minutes. Right, broadcast is restarting now. Ball in play with the Mercury. Whitcomb over to Westbell, up top to Copper. Copper gets it to Thomas. Hand off to Bonner. Bonner at the foul line, out to Westbell. Westbell drives down the lane, switches hands in midair, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. You need her to have 14.5 points, rebounds, assists. What she got now? Satu has 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, so she got 10. Oh, Westbell misses the free throw. She is a rookie, technically. Rookie out of Notre Dame. Yes, she does have a sister on the sky named Maddie Westbell. They are sisters. Both went to Notre Dame. Catherine is the older, as Catherine knocks down the second free throw. 54-46. This is her first season in the W. Ball over to Naz Hillman, right side to Canada, down to BG on an island. She throws it out to Hillman, over to Allisha Gray. And miscommunication there between Caldwell and Canada, both in the same area of the floor, and it's a turnover. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Sammy Whitcomb over to Westbeld, left side to Kalia, over to Thomas. They're running the same play they just ran. Thomas gets it down to Bonner. Bonner in the post against Caldwell. She spins, shoots over her, goes glass, and scores. From that left side of the floor, puts the smaller Maya Caldwell in the post and scores. Griner with the ball. They send a late double. She does a jump pass, gets tipped out by Kalia Copper, and goes out of bounds. I think Kalia got a little jam on the finger there. So it is Dream basketball to inbound in the corner here. Canada gets it in the Griner with 12 on the clock. Griner, handoff to Canada, guarded by Held. Gets the screen going left. Canada tries to pocket pass to Hillman, gets it through somehow, but she misses the layup. Rebound to Thomas. Thomas on the run here. Thomas, handoff to Bonner. Bonner pulls up for 3 and misses. Rebound to Allisha Gray. Allisha looks to attack. Handoff to Caldwell. Caldwell into the lane. Goes up with the left-hand layup. No foul call. Rebound to Thomas. Outlet out to Held. Over to Laxa. In transition for 3. Bounces on the rim 2-3 times and misses. Rebound to Canada. Canada, finds Hillman. What a pass from Canada to Hillman. Right-hand layup is good. What a pass by Jordan Canada. Thread the needle right to a streaking Hillman for the layup. Thomas over to Kalani Brown at the elbow here. Handoff to Bonner. Bonner comes off the screen. Throws it to Thomas. Down to Kalani. Wide open under the basket. That's an easy layup. Man, these teams are going back and forth here. 56-50. Caldwell with the ball out to Hillman. Right side to Gray. Gray comes off that screen down to Griner. Griner, one leg fall away from the free throw line, and she scores. And all Alyssa Thomas can do is shrug her shoulders because that was a tough shot. And Brittany Griner screwing up her face out there. She's up to 15-8 right now. She knows she's feeling it. Ball over to Held. Held attacks left side. Right hand floater misses. Kalani Brown putback is up and good. Jordan Canada almost loses it, recovers it here. Canada comes off the screen going left, gets by Alyssa Thomas, switches to the right, and misses the layup. Rebound to Brown. Alyssa Thomas has it now on the run. Alyssa Thomas gets downhill, goes up, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Tudo said, any good bets today? Nah, I didn't even look at the FanDuel. They pissed me off yesterday. FanDuel was having some issues with parlays, and I had a nice one cooked up, and I couldn't bet it, so they pissed me off. So I didn't even look at it today. Alyssa Thomas up to 4 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. She misses the free throw, however. Bree Jones and Walker Kimbrough check in for Griner and somebody else. Listen, everybody's they're getting right into the paint. That's what it is. Thomas hits the second free throw. Ball in play here. 58-53 back, a 5-point game here. Oh, Jordan Canada out to Naz Hillman. Top of the key. 3 for Naz. It's off. Rebound to held. Ball over to Bonner. Left side of the floor. Handoff to Alyssa Thomas in the post against Hillman. Spins, tries to go glass left-handed and misses badly. Rebound to the Dream. Yeah, they gotta fix this broadcast. CBS Sports Network struggling right now. And some interference here. Canada over to Bree Jones, top of the key. Bree Jones finds Allisha Gray on the drive. Allisha Gray hangs and hits left side of the floor. Allisha Gray, whenever they need a response, she's on the call here. 60-53, 19 for Allisha Gray. Lexi Hell, crossover for 3, misses. Allisha Gray snags the rebound. Gray with the ball. Chance to push this back up to double digits with a 3. Gets it over to Canada on the rolling Jones. Nice pocket pass from Canada to Jones, and she floats it in. 62-53. Just keep getting a response after response here for the Atlanta Dream. Laxa with the ball. Comes off the screen going left. Deflected and stolen by the Dream. Bree Jones gets it over to Canada. I didn't see an ankle brace on JJ Bula. Crossover by Canada, gets downhill, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. So the Dream have responded to every punch by the Mercury in this comeback and extended the lead every single time. 62-53. Jordan Canada. She is a champion with the Seattle Storm. She misses that free throw, however. Canada at the line for her second free throw, and she knocks that one down. So it's 62-53. Max 2 possessions left in this quarter. Whitcomb comes off the screen, picks up her dribble, almost traveled though. Gets it to Satu. Satu dancing with it. Satu steps back for 3, and it rolls in. Luckily, it rolled off the top front of the rim and dropped in. 63-56. Sabali up to 11 here. Canada at half court here. 10 seconds left on the clock. Canada crossover on Whitcomb, gets downhill. Left hand layup is up and good. Jordan Canada blew right by Sammy Whitcomb for that layup. Ball over to Satu with 3 seconds. 2 seconds. She dribbles it off her foot. That's backcourt violation with 0.5 on the clock. Yeah. 0.5 on the clock, and that's how the quarter ends. So at the end of 3, it's 65-56. You lost that 48 by half a point there. If you would have made that second free throw, you would have cashed it, Santana. But you got a win there. You got a win. 65-56 at the end of the third. We're getting ready for the fourth and final quarter. Will the Dream win on the second night of a back-to-back? Or will the Mercury erase this 9-point deficit and come back to win. Salute to, man, we got a good crowd in here. Salute to all 111, 112 of y'all here in the chat. Make sure you leave the like on the stream if you like this type of content. Subscribe if you are new here. Look like we got 2 new subs since I started streaming. Appreciate the subs. Salute to you, Tony. Salute to you, Tony. A win. A win is a win. 65-56 is the score. Word. Join the Discord. Link is in the description below. We'll be chatting about the games. I talk about when I'm at the Liberty games. I'll be chatting about them in there as well. Me and Tudo just being there chatting it up. Dream 65-56 is the Mercury. Atlanta, you got Canada with 10 points and 6 assists. Allisha Gray leading the way with 19. Bree Jones with 8, 5, and 4, and you got Griner with 15 and 8 in her return. I say that every time I say that. Sour on the Twitch, I can't stream the game because it is copyright material and they'll flag my account. And since I'm simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch, I already got a warning on YouTube for doing that during the Olympics, so I gotta take it easy. Salute for the super chat, Tony. Salute. Appreciate that. Vince Lewis, I'm trying to win this 2-for-1 parlay I got cooked up. I need Merc to win outright and Dream just to cover under. Oh. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. That's all I can say. Looking at the Phoenix score, I know somebody needed Sabali over 14.5 points, rebounds, assists. Sabali up to 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. That's, what's that, 13. Alyssa Thomas with 5.7 rebounds, 6 assists. You got 5 for Copper in her return, 5 for Whitcomb. She's struggling. I know some people had the under on Sammy Whitcomb. Bonner with 10 points off the bench, 2 for Laxa, 3 for Hull, 8 for Mack, and 4 for Brown. So their bench is putting in work here. Fourth quarter, getting ready to start here. Salute to everybody tapped in. Make sure you leave a like. Let's get the likes up. People helps the channel out tremendously. Stretch my legs a little bit. Jeez. All right, fourth quarter starting, people. Let's get this fourth quarter on the roll here with the Dream. Dream start off the quarter with the ball. Allisha Gray comes off the screen, going to her dominant left, out to Naz Hillman, top of the key 3. She's improved from there, and she knocks down the top of the key 3. Naz Hillman. Miller said, Sammy under 9. I told you. Yo, fingers crossed, my friend. Hopefully she don't come alive. Kalia Copper gets downhill, right down Main Street to a right-hand layup for Kalia Copper. 68-58. It's a 10-point game. Ball over to Walker Kimbrough. Oh, finds Allisha Gray on a back cut, and she lays it right in. Allisha Gray is super efficient tonight. She's up over 20 points now. And Kalia Copper knocks down the 3. I looked down to look at the score, and Kalia Copper knocks down a corner 3. It's a 9-point game. She's coming alive here. Allisha Gray finds a cut, rolling Hillman, and it's just whoever offense right now. Anybody who wants to score can score. Timeout by Phoenix. Atlanta has scored on every possession in this fourth quarter. Nate Tibbetts not happy. He calls a timeout. Millerman said that's all I needed for Gray. Salute. Everybody winning tonight. That's what I like to see. So looking at the box score, Allisha Gray absolutely cooking. 21 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds for Allisha Gray. Vince said, wish Dream played like this against the Aces last night. Listen, they needed to get the engines back running again. You know, they had a nice little break from the All-Star break. Some teams feeling their way back into it. And this the second night of a back-to-back. They got nothing to lose. I'm going balls to the wall here. Yeah, Mercury, they got as close as 3. And then the Dream just counterpunch and push it back up to double digits. So we have a timeout here. We're in a timeout right now. Pull this up for you guys. 72-61 is the score. Still in a commercial right now. Still in commercial. So you can see I'm gonna pull up the fourth quarter so far. So look at that. Nas Hillman hits a 3 to start, and Kalia Copper knocks down a layup. Allisha Gray gets a layup. Then Kalia Copper knocks down a 3. Nas Hillman hits a 2. And then a timeout. So every possession so far, both teams have scored. All right, it looks like we're about to come back now out of this timeout, hopefully. All right, we are coming back now. Broadcast is returning. Ball in play here. We come back from They come back from this graphic, and you see Alyssa Thomas getting fouled. I didn't get to see exactly what happened, but she's going to the line for free throws. So Alyssa Thomas at the line for 2 free throws. First free throw is up and short. Jay, how do you like the XP points on the screen? What you mean? She misses both free throws. Rebound to Bree Jones. Canada crosses half court here over to Allisha Gray. She's been an absolute assassin tonight. Gets it out to Canada. Canada with an 8 on the clock. Canada looks to attack. Gets to the middle of the floor. Reverse spin. Pulls up. Mini is up and good. Jordan Canada attacking Sammy Whitcomb like she's a little girl. And she is absolutely frying her right now. Satu with the ball. Satu, left side of the floor. Satu tries to spin into the paint. Satu, off balance, throws up some bull and misses. Rebound on Walker Kimbrough. Walker Kimbrough, nice left-handed in and out dribble, gets fouled on the drive, throws up the floater, and she gets fouled. So Walker Kimbrough will go to the line for free throws. You got Dream over 91. I mean, at the rate this offense is moving, I wouldn't be surprised if they scored 91 here. Walker Kimbrough first free throw is up and good. Kat Westbell checks in for Satu Sabali. Walker Kimbrough second free throw is up and good. 76-61. Dream starting to pull away here. Whitcomb with the ball over to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas gets downhill, stops in the paint, slips and throws it out to Westbell. Gets a screen here. Westbell picks up her dribble. Oh, Hillman falls down, leaves Westbell wide open for the midi, and Allisha Gray, Johnny on the spot in the paint, gets the big rebound. Allisha Gray in and out dribble. Right to Hillman in the right corner, back up top to Allisha, left side to Canada. Gets it down to Bree Jones in the post against Mack. Reverse spin. One leg fall away. Gets blocked there by Mack. Fight for the rebound. Thomas gets it. Over to Kalia Copper. They leave her wide open for 3. Copper misses. Rebound to Canada. How do you like XP points on stream? I don't know what that means. Ball out to Canada. Canada comes off the screen going left, keeps her dribble alive over to Hillman. Hillman looking for Jones. Can't get it to get now they get it to Jones. Jones in the paint, right hand hook over Mack. Just misses. Mack with the rebound. Over to Thomas. Thomas jump past to Westbell in the corner. Westbell picks up her dribble, gets it down to Thomas in the post against Hillman. Off balance, goes straight off the glass and scores. Looks unorthodox, but it goes in. 76-63. Canada calls out the play here. And we have a timeout by Carl Smesko of the Dream. Atlanta up by double digits here. 76-63, 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Um, 76-63. Looking at the box score here. We got Bree Jones with 8 points and 6 rebounds. 15 and 8 still for Griner. 21 and 6 rebounds and 5 assists for Allisha Gray. 12 for Jordan Canada with 6 assists. 9 for Naz Hillman. 8 for Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. That's their bench scoring. Beulah says, Jay, can the Liberty win against the Lynx? Yeah, the Liberty can win against anybody. Will they? It's a different story. Wallace at BX about to go 50-50 last bit of the season. You think so? You think so, Wallace? You think Phoenix will go 500 the rest of the season? How many games did they play? They've played 15 and 7. What's that? 22 games? 44 game season. So they win 11 games the rest of the season. They finish with, what's that, 26? Beal said Liberty has habits that leave Bridget Carter wide open. I mean, she hasn't been shooting the 3 as well this season, so but I mean, definitely the Liberty definitely do have our issue with leaving 3-point shooters open. They overhelp a lot. So if you blow by a defender, they'll try and help in the paint, and that leaves wide open 3-point shooters. We saw that a lot yesterday. Just in the second half, the Fever stopped knocking down those threes like they were in the first half. All right, we're at a commercial waiting for the fourth quarter to resume here, and Atlanta Dream look like they're on their way to snagging a win. But will the Mercury have something to say about it? Got over 164.5 at the start of the quarter. That 12-point run in 1 minute was not. Yeah. Andrew, thanks for your comment. I think I haven't seen you comment before. Andrew says the Mercury gambling from the 3-point line, as they say, live or die by. Yeah, live by the 3, die by the 3. The Dream are dominating the paint, 38-24. That's what they have here on the broadcast. Thanks for your comment, Andrew. All right, let's see what happens here. Atlanta had called that timeout, and they turn it over right out the timeout. I don't think that's what the coach had drawn up. Oh, but Alyssa Thomas falls on the floor, and she turns it over. Alyssa Thomas holding her elbow there. It looked like her arm got bent back a bit on that dive to the floor. Allisha Gray gets down the lane, goes over the left a little too strong, goes right off the back of the rim. Kalia Copper on the run here. Copper gets the ball tipped from behind, out of bounds. Didn't hear the footsteps of Allisha Gray hawking her down. Dream to get to 88. 12, what's that? 12 points in 6 minutes? I think so. Ball in play here with Alyssa Thomas. Thomas attacks Hillman, spins middle of the floor, spins back opposite way, tries to go glass, can't get it. Allisha Gray with the rebound. Gets it over to Canada. Canada. Cross-court pass to Walker-Kimbrough. Pump fakes, gets cut off. Over to Griner. Back to Walker-Kimbrough. Resets for 3. Oh, Walker-Kimbrough. It's been her night from 3. The ex-Phoenix Mercury player, she used to play for Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken, back in her early career. 79-63, Walker-Kimbrough off the bench. She's up to 11 points. Missed by Copper. Rebound to Hillman. Over to Canada. And the Dreams attacking again. In and out on Lexi Hell. Blew by her like she was a traffic cone. But then Bonner blocks Griner. Gets it out to Held. Held. Hezzy move. Gets to the left hand. Dribbles back out. Get down to Alyssa Thomas. Thomas versus BG. Cross court pass to Bonner in the corner. Bonner had no hesitation for three. Knocks it down in the corner. Right in front of her bench. 13-point game here. 79-66. Bonner up to 13 points. Canada with the ball. Picks up her dribble and gets it to Allisha Gray, who tips it into the air. 8 on the shot clock. 7, 6. Allisha Gray attacks right. Gets back to her left. Into the paint. Gets blocked by Mack. Rebound by Thomas. Thomas in the corner to Held. Held comes off the screen. Gets a step back from the elbow. Doesn't shoot it. Down to Thomas. Cross court pass to Bonner. Bonner no hesitation for three. She hits it from the other corner. DeWanna Bonner back-to-back threes. And it's a 10-point game. 79-69. 4:10 to go. Oh, YouTube started doing XP on stream? Oh. I don't even know what YouTube we got going on sometimes. But DeWanna Bonner on straight catch and shoot. She's not even hesitating. Just catch and just got it up from both corners here. Looking at the comments. Let me scroll back to what I missed. Curtis says the Dream good, but the Dream need to improve in some areas. Definitely. They definitely need to. But they're playing against a team that's higher than them in the standings on the second night of a back-to-back, and they're holding their own. 10-point lead, 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. That lead can go in a flash, so they got to keep their foot on the gas here. Andrew said, I think the Mercury was like the 2015, 2016 Warriors all relying on threes. When the threes not falling, that's what kills them. Nah, Vince, like it was like her foot was stuck. Like blew right by her. What you want me to say? Salute, coach. Jonathan said, what's going on with B Jones? Other people are putting in work, and she's just doing the dirty work right now. Ball and play here with the Dream. Allisha Gray on the right wing drives, gets cut off by Alyssa Thomas, recovers over to Hillman. Back to Allisha Gray. Deep three. Oh, Allisha Gray. You cannot stop her. Allisha Gray lost the ball, got it back, knocks down the three, and gives Alyssa Thomas a wry smile like, this is what I do. 24 points for Allisha Gray, pushes the lead back up. 82-69. Ball over to Satu. Can Satu respond? Satu, left to right crossover. Gets cut off balance, and gets fouled there on the elbow jump shot. She'll go to the line for free throws. It looks like Allisha Gray might have took a knee to the abdomen there. But Allisha Gray, big shot, top of the key three, lines it up, cashes out. Ren says, I need Merc to go in a run like a robbery spree. First free throw is up for Satu and scores. So I think whoever had that Satu over 14.5 PRAs, I think she cashes that. She has 12 points, 1 rebound. Oh, she knocks down the second free throw, so that's 13. So you're good now. She knocks down both free throws. It's 82-71, 11-point game. Canada almost turns it over, but it fortuitously bounces to her teammate. I sound like Walt Clyde Frazier. If you know, you know. Allisha Gray, top of the key, guarded by Thomas. Doesn't use the screen. Comes back to her right. Drops it off to Griner. Griner on the roll to the basket, and they call a foul there on Bonner. Good night, Kat. Have a good one. Is Howard back? No, Howard's not back. Coach Curtis. Howard is still out with that knee injury. Ball and bounce to Hillman. Hillman fakes the handoff, finds the cutting Allisha Gray. She has scored multiple buckets on that back cut. Beautiful pass there by Hillman. 84-71. They just keep counterpunching. Alyssa Thomas out to Sammy. Over to Satu for three. Misses. Matt gets the rebound. Over to Sammy. Sammy for three and scores. Yikes. For those Sammy betters. 10-point game here. It's 84-74. Canada with the ball. Drives under. Goes baseline. Handoff to Allisha Gray. Corner three. Oh, she misses. Rebound to Mac. That was a quick shot by Allisha. One of her single bad decisions tonight. It was a little quick of a shot there. Sammy with the ball. Cross court to Bonner. Up top to Thomas. Thomas drives left. Spins back right. Middle of the floor. Corner to Sammy. Sammy, another three. Sammy knocks down another three. I told y'all, you cannot count this lady out. Sammy Whitcomb back-to-back threes. And a foul there on the reach-in. Sammy Whitcomb up to 11 points. Kills everybody who had the under. $84-77. Ball inbound to Canada. Canada at half court. Canada spins off the screen. Canada's snatch back between the legs. 8 on the clock. Gets it up top to Hillman, and they call a foul there on Mac. That might be the second foul in the last 2 minutes. Oh, no free throw. Oh, that was the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Yeah. Walker Kimbrough gets it into Gray. Gray has it right side of the floor. Gray, been an assassin tonight. Gray drops it off to Griner. Griner stops, takes patience, and scores off the glass. BG, 17. In her return, Alyssa Thomas goes downhill, drives baseline, throws it out to Bonner. Bonner. Oh, what a screen by Alyssa Thomas. She throws, they call a foul there on Naz Hillman. It's a 2-point foul. It's not a 3, so the Dream get lucky there. So DeWanna Bonner at the line for 2 free throws. She's up to 16 points. First free throw is up and good. DeWanna Bonner for the second free throw is cashes. 86-79. Naz Hillman gets it into Walker Kimbrough. Gets it, and a timeout, it looks like, is called by Carl Smesko, coach of the Dream. 86-79, 126 to go in this one. 126, 7-point lead. Let's take a quick look at the box score while they're in a timeout right now. 86-79 is the score, 86-79. Take a look. Atlanta, Jordan Canada, 12 points, 6 assists. Allisha Gray, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. You got 8 and 6 for Bree Jones with 4 assists. You got 17 and 8 for Brittany Griner. I think Quita said 20 points for BG. She's 3 away. Nas with 9, 11 for Walker Kimbrough. Big 11 points off the bench for Walker Kimbrough. Knocks down 3 or 4 threes. For the Mercury, you got Sammy Whitcomb up to 11 now. Copper with 10, 13 for Sabali. Alyssa Thomas on triple-double watch. 7 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. But off the bench, you got DeWanda Bonner with 18. All right, game is about to come back and play here. 1:26 to go. Beulah said you saw JJ wearing an ankle brace. Oh, okay, I guess I didn't see it. They're showing Diana Taurasi on the cam here. Walker Kimbrough gets it into Jordan Canada. She spins away from the double. Outlet pass to Hillman. Hillman with the ball here. Hillman. Oh, they turn it over, but Westbeld throws it out of bounds. Wow. That was almost a easy layup, but Westbeld steals it and was right there by the out of bounds line. So shot clock doesn't reset because I guess she didn't have full possession. Canada with the ball now. Canada drives by two players, hangs, and gets fouled. And Canada grabbing her head. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws here. Jordan Canada just turned on the Jets, escaped the double team, and it was just a numbers advantage at that point. She got right down the lane and got fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Canada first free throw is up and good. Maya Caldwell will check in for Walker Kimbrough. What's Canada's PRAs right now? She has 12-6 or 13-6. And she knocks down the second one. Hold on. Canada, 14. She has 23. Whitcomb, quick release off the 3, misses. Caldwell with the rebound, gets it out to Gray. Gray gets bumped and fouled by Westbeld. Dominic, salute from the Philippines. Salute, salute. Salute, my friend. Glad you found the channel. So Allisha Gray will take a trip back to the line. First free throw is up and good for Allisha Gray. A minute to go in this game. A minute to go. Nia Coffey checks in for the Dream for some defense and rebounding here. 10-point game. A minute to go. Allisha Gray knocks down the free throw. And Allisha Gray, what a night for her. Second night of a back-to-back. 27 points. It might be 28. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Last night, what she had? Last night she had 24. She goes for 28 tonight. Allisha Gray. What a player. What a player. But BG in her return, her first game against the Mercury in her life, after playing with the Mercury for 11 years, 11 seasons, 17 points and 8 boards. Salute Santana. I'm glad you got a nice 3-0 on this game. 90-79, 11-point game with 1 minute to go. Salute to those. Salute. Eddie says Aces or Fever tomorrow. I'm gonna go Aces. No Caitlin. I'm going Aces. I think Aces are gonna lock in now that it's the second half of the season. Ball and play with the Mercury. Hand off to Bonner. Bonner comes off the screen, shoots a 3, misses. Westbell tap, rebound, fight for it, and it falls to Caldwell. Caldwell over to Canada. Canada. She dribbles through a triple team and gets it up court. excuse me, Canada over to Gray. Canada is so quick. They're trying to foul her and they can't. She's just dancing by everybody here. Just going to run the clock down. Canada down the lane, goes off balance and misses. Rebound to Thomas. Thomas over to Whitcomb. Whitcomb pump fakes for three. Back to Thomas. Back to Whitcomb for three. Short. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Shot clock is off. And Allisha Gray will take it and dribble it over half court. And as the clock ticks down, the Atlanta Dream, on the second night of a back-to-back, they get the win over the Phoenix Mercury, 90-79. The Dream moved to 14-10 on the season. The Mercury drop one. They fall to 15-8. 90 points scored by the Atlanta Dream, 79 for the Mercury. Brittany Griner in her return gets the win. Salute AR, salute. Coach Gray said Gray is a good player. The way more games are played when players are 15, 20 points or less when players then double digits when we win games. Yeah. Good game by Allisha Gray. One of my favorite players in the league that's not on the Liberty. So salute to Allisha Gray. Let's take one last look at the box score before we head out of here. It is now approaching 3 minutes from midnight here on the East Coast. It's been a long day. 90-79 is the final score. Canada finishes with 14 points and 6 assists. You got Allisha Gray with 28 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Very efficient, 10 of 16. Maya Caldwell with 3 points. Did get 6 rebounds and 4 assists, so salute to Maya. Bree Jones finishes with 8 and 6 with 4 assists. Brittany Griner with 17 and 8 for her. Hillman with 9 points, and Walker Kimbrough a big 11 off the bench. For the Mercury, you got Whitcomb with 11. Didn't shoot particularly well, 4 for 12 from the field. Copper with 10. You got Sabali with 13. Alyssa Thomas with 7 points, 11 boards, 9 assists. Triple-double alert. Kat Westbell with 3. And then off the bench, there was really Dewana Bonner with 18. Mac with 8. Held in her return with 3. Laxa with 2. All right, salute Coach Curtis. Salute Charles. Appreciate you guys tuning in for the stream. I will not be back tomorrow. I have work a little later, so no stream for me tomorrow. I think the next day I'll be back is either Saturday or Sunday, depending on if I go to the Liberty game on Saturday against the Sparks, but we shall see. Make sure you leave a like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new here. So join the Discord. We just be chatting about the WNBA in there. Link is in the description below. Make sure you guys get some sleep. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Appreciate all the support. Salute!